Welcome to the Oasis. My name is Mike, and firstly, I want to wish you all a happy new year, and I hope you had a nice time over the holidays. In this video today, I'm going to be giving you my top games for both the Oculus Quest and the Quest 2 that are available right now. I'll also be sharing with you my current favourite Quest game. I wonder if you can guess what it is in the comments down below before I tell you what it is in this video. Let me know what you think. Anyway, for some of you, this might be your first time here after getting a Quest or a Quest 2 for Christmas, and if so, I want to say welcome and consider subscribing for all my future VR content. Also, I just want to say, if you're new to VR, please take it easy. VR can be quite the hit on the senses and can be a bit overwhelming at first. If you're struggling, I did a whole video guide on how to avoid motion sickness in VR, which I did a couple of years back that's got some great tips in it that are still very relevant today. I'll add a link to that video in the description down below. One of the key points that I highlight in that video is to play more comfortable content when you're just starting out, and to make things easier, I've broken down all the games in this video into categories and added comfort ratings to each one so you know which games will be right for you. Timestamps have been added as always. If you have any questions about VR, I'm sure myself or the VR community will be happy to help out, and just drop them in the comments down below. So, for the first time this year, let's dive in. Okay, so let's kick off the video starting with music rhythm games, and you can't mention music rhythm games without talking about Beat Saber. Beat Saber is a classic VR game which is a must-own title in my opinion. Like all great games, it's easy to pick up, but challenging to master. The team at Beat Games are constantly adding new music packs in the form of DLC, and they've recently added a multiplayer mode so you can now play with friends and family online. It's comfortable for beginners, and it's a game the whole family can enjoy. I don't think I'll ever get bored of Beat Saber. Next up is Pistol Whip. Now, it might not look like a music rhythm game, but you actually get rewarded for taking down enemies in time with the music, turning this game into a beautiful neon ballet of bullets. As you only need to use a single controller to play this game, you really feel like you're in the middle of an epic John Wick shootout. The team at Cloudhead Games have recently added a short story mode for free called 2089, which plays out like some of the best 80s action movies. It's very cool indeed. Now let's move on to a genre which works incredibly well in VR, and that is first-person shooters. Once you've manually reloaded a gun in VR and had to physically aim down the sights to take down your target, it's very difficult to go back to playing traditional flat shooters and just pressing a single button to reload. And one of the best shooters available on the Quest is Onward. This is more of a mil-sim shooter, so expect more realistic combat mechanics. The multiplayer is very tactical and really relies on teamwork and communication to take down the competition. It can be a bit overwhelming and challenging at first, but the community is very friendly and welcomes newcomers. The game also features fun solo and co-op missions if competitive play isn't your bag. Definitely one for the FPS aficionado. The most recent addition to the FPS genre on the Quest is Contractors. It's definitely not the prettiest game on the system, but it does offer some solid first-person shooter gameplay. If slow-paced mil-sim shooters aren't your thing, then the run-and-gun fast-paced action of Contractors multiplayer might be better suited to you. It features a staple of online multiplayer modes, and they've recently added World War II weapon loadouts, which offers something unique and you can't find elsewhere. The solo and co-op modes with AI bots aren't that great in my opinion, so I would only really rely on this for its online competitive play. Now let's move on to one of my favourite genres in VR, and that is puzzle games. Physically interacting with puzzles in virtual reality is so satisfying, and I have 4 cracking titles for you. The first title is one of the best, and that is The Room VR: A Dark Matter. Now, the Room series is renowned on both mobile and PC platforms, and this is the first time the series has come to VR, and the team at Fireproof Games absolutely smashed it. The puzzle design is excellent, which offers a good balance of challenge and logic, with a clever hint system if you do happen to get stuck. Along with the puzzles, the game features an interesting story set in 1900s London, where you play the role of a police detective uncovering a mystery around the disappearance of an archaeologist. It's a must-play title in my opinion for fans of the VR puzzle genre. The next puzzle game I'd recommend also happens to be one of the best looking games available on the Quest, and that is Red Matter. You take the role of Agent Epsilon, sent to infiltrate and investigate a mysterious abandoned Soviet moonbase. The game provides a challenging puzzle experience wrapped in a chilling story with some of the best hand interactions with valves, levers and doors of any VR game. I'd highly recommend it as long as you don't mind the spooky space vibe of it. If you think the previous two games seem a bit too serious, then I'd urge you to check out I Expect You to Die. It features a series of quirky spy-themed room escapes set in deadly locales across the globe. One slight mistake though, and you'll have to start the mission all over again. It's definitely more light-hearted than both The Room and Red Matter, and has some great humour to boot. The developers have recently added more free content to the game, so there'll be plenty of spy puzzling content to keep you busy. The final game in the puzzle genre is Cubism, a sleek-looking puzzler from a solo developer. The premise is super simple: assemble increasingly complex shapes using colourful blocks in over 60 different puzzles. The classical music adds a relaxing vibe, and there's no time limits or penalties, so you can just play this at your own pace. It's simple, but deceptively challenging. There's nothing more satisfying than this when everything eventually just clicks into place. If solving puzzles in VR sounds far too relaxing and you really want to get your heart racing, here's a couple of VR horror games to keep you on your toes. The first game in this genre is not only the best VR horror game in my opinion, but also one of the best Oculus Quest games period, and that is The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners. This game has everything: an intriguing story set in a zombie-infested New Orleans, great atmosphere, thrilling combat, player choices, exploration, and crafting. It has a lengthy campaign with multiple endings, and a survival horde mode to add more replayability is coming soon. The developers, Skydance Interactive, did an amazing job on this game and really set the bar in terms of what's possible when porting a VR game from PC to the Quest platform. If you absolutely want to soil yourself and scream the house down, then Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted is definitely the app to achieve it. It requires quick thinking and even quicker reflexes to avoid the demonic animatronics of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. The game features a collection of minigames inspired by the original Five Nights at Freddy's games, rebuilt in VR. And it also has some fun exclusive content, such as maintaining the animatronics by getting up close and personal with them in parts and service. Jump scares are guaranteed with this title, so you have been warned. If straight-up action isn't your style and you enjoy lurking in the shadows, I have a couple of awesome stealth games for you. The first is Jurassic World Aftermath, a game where you'll have to use your cunning and stealth to navigate around a research facility, hiding in lockers and under tables to avoid becoming a velociraptor's snack. The game is set between the events of Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It plays very similar to Alien Isolation with a dinosaur skin, colourful art style, and excellent sound design. Just be aware though that the experience is over fairly quickly, and this is only half of the game right now, with the other half coming later this year in the form of paid DLC. Now, as much as I enjoyed my time with this game, it might be worth waiting on this one until the full package is available. For this next title, I can guarantee you've never played a stealth game like this before. A stealth game where you use a kayak. It sounds crazy, but it's a concept that works incredibly well in VR. You take the role of an elite soldier with a single night to prevent an all-out nuclear war by infiltrating a Soviet base by water. You're armed with an array of weaponry and gadgets and can choose to slip in and out like a ghost or raise hell guns blazing. It's totally up to you. With the unique gameplay and some voice acting from Solid Snake himself, this stealth game should definitely be on your radar. In amongst all these games and experiences, there is one VR app that I personally use all the time that I have to mention and is a must-buy if you also happen to own a powerful gaming PC, and that is Virtual Desktop. Virtual Desktop in its vanilla form allows you to remotely access your desktop PC from anywhere in the world in some stunning VR environments. This in itself is really useful, however you can sideload a patch from SideQuest which unlocks the ability to stream PC VR content from both Oculus and Steam VR wirelessly when combined with a fast Wi-Fi connection. I'll be doing a full in-depth video guide on how to get the most out of this application on the channel soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. One of the key benefits of VR is the feeling of presence, and this is particularly highlighted when connecting with others online. So here's 3 social applications, and to make things even better, they're all free. The first application is Rec Room. It offers a unique social experience where you can jump into a number of different fun activities with online players across multiple platforms. You can play paintball, embark on a quest, or just hang out and make new friends. The developers have also recently added a fun battle royale mode, which is only available on the Quest 2, called Wreck Royale. The game modes and community are super fun, but just be aware this is definitely aimed at a younger audience, so bear that in mind going in. If you're looking for a more mature social experience, I'd highly recommend jumping into VR Chat. Here you can embody your own custom avatar and open up portals to explore various worlds to hang out and meet new people. Spawning many memes of its own, each time I've visited VR Chat, it's been a unique experience. The Quest version is kinda limited compared to the full PC version, but it still offers one of the best social experiences available on the Quest platform. And the final social application is Big Screen, a social app which revolves around watching content together with friends, whether it be round a campfire or in a huge virtual movie theater. This app is constantly being updated with new environments and features, and is cross-platform play with PC users. One thing I'd urge you to try is watching 3D content in Big Screen. 3D movies look even better in VR than they do on a traditional TV or movie screen. With loads of free TV channels, user-streamed content, and paid movie events, there'll be something here for everyone to enjoy. If you're looking for VR content to share with the family, then I have you covered with this next title from Resolution Games called Akron: Attack of the Squirrels. This game is super simple. One player is in VR playing as the tree, protecting their acorns, whilst up to 8 other players use mobile phones and tablets with the free companion app installed to play as squirrels, working together to steal the acorns from the tree. It results in hilarious and frantic gameplay, which is guaranteed to be a hit with the whole family, and something you can all enjoy together. If you're feeling a bit adventurous, I have 2 very different VR titles that will serve you well. The first is from the team at Crytek with The Climb. Not only does this game look beautiful with its stunning environments, but it also gives you a great sense of scale and vertigo. It looks deceptively simple, but you have the added challenge of choosing the right route, managing your grip strength through the amount of pressure you use on the controller triggers, and chalking your hands. It offers a unique experience in VR that will satisfy even the most hardcore adrenaline junkies. The next adventure title is much more serene, and that is Moss, a charming platformer exclusive to VR where you control an overseer and Quill, an adorable little mouse with a big heart on an exciting adventure. The quality of the animation of Quill is simply amazing. You can even reach out and hold her to feel her tiny heartbeat through your controllers. It's pretty awesome. If you enjoy platformers, you really shouldn't pass this one up, and I for one can't wait for the next installment from Polyarc Games. If you're all about the action, then look no further than these next 2 VR titles. The first is a personal favourite of mine that never gets old, and that is Superhot. It may look basic with its minimalistic red and white art style, but don't be fooled. This game does a great job of empowering you as a player, as you can manipulate time. Time only moves when you move, which creates a unique VR experience that makes you feel like Neo from the Matrix with the ability to dodge bullets. So definitely don't dodge this one. Next up is Vader Immortal. This is the first episode of 3, and it's easily the best of the trilogy. You take the leading role in an original Star Wars story, where you get to face Vader himself in his castle on the fiery planet of Mustafar. Alongside the story, you can hone your lightsaber skills in the Lightsaber Dojo, which adds some replayability to the game. Personally, I preferred the Vader Immortal series over the more recent Tales from the Galaxy's Edge game, and I would urge fans of the movies to try this one out first. I'd love to see an episodic series like this one set in the world of the Star Wars Mandalorian series in the future. That would be totally amazing. Let me know what you think of this idea in the comments down below. Now, one of the key features of the Oculus Quest over other VR headsets available on the market is that it has built-in hand tracking, and there's a couple of games that really take advantage of this feature, although both can also be played with traditional controllers if you prefer. The first is Waltz of the Wizard. If you've ever wanted to make things disappear with the snap of a finger like Thanos, throw fireballs, or control items using telekinesis, then this experience is for you. It'll make you feel like you've just graduated from Hogwarts. This is also a great application to show friends and family the magic of VR without having to explain to them how to use controllers and which buttons to press, as they can simply interact with everything by using their hands alone. Next up is Vacation Simulator, which recently added hand tracking support in its latest update. It's a super charming game with a vibrant art style and has loads of interactivity that will keep the whole family entertained for hours on end. There's tons of fun mini-games to play and hilarious interactions with robots trying to learn what it truly means to be on vacation. The hand tracking can be a bit hit and miss at times, but it's certainly a fun way to play around with the game and a great introduction to VR for those with limited previous gaming experience. Now, I'm not a massive sports guy, but here's a couple of sports VR games that definitely hooked me that you might also enjoy. If you can imagine a futuristic game of squash where you play inside of a giant 360 glass dome, then you're not that far away from Racket NX. The walls of the dome light up with targets which you must destroy within the time limit by smashing the ball into them, and you also have the ability to pull the ball back using a tractor beam. You can play this solo or with a friend in co-op and versus modes. It's definitely a fun game with a pumping soundtrack that will get you hot and sweaty in no time, all whilst having an absolute blast. If you would prefer something more grounded in reality, check out 11 Table Tennis. It has realistic physics and ping pong pros will feel right at home with this simulation of a classic game. You can practice solo or see how your skills stack up online with players around the world. If you're super serious about table tennis and you want to take your experience to another level, there's even some nice paddles that you can download and 3D print to make the experience even more realistic. Just don't try and lean on the table in between matches. Keeping fit and healthy in VR is a genre that's growing more and more, especially right now when people are looking for alternatives to traditional home workouts, so here's a couple of apps to keep you fit and well. The first app I'd recommend is FitXR, previously known as Box VR, but they changed the name as they're expanding their workouts and also including dancing along with boxing. FitXR offers a range of workouts to suit all fitness levels, including group workouts, different music genres, and different styles to keep things fresh and interesting. This is perfect for those that want to get their blood pumping at home without paying a monthly subscription to some of the other VR workout apps available on the Quest platform. If you're looking for a more pure boxing experience, then you can't go far wrong with Thrill of the Fight. I originally underestimated this game and stepped into it naively thinking it would be a walk in the park, but after an hour, I felt like I'd gone 10 rounds with Rocky Balboa myself. It's a well-grounded boxing game that increases in difficulty and will provide a fun, regular workout. With the recent implementation of Oculus Move built into the Quest itself, it's become much easier to track your calories burnt while playing active games like this one. Just ensure you have a towel handy nearby. If working out in VR sounds like too much effort and you just want to sit back and relax, here's a couple of super chill experiences to unwind in VR. Now, experiences don't get more chilled in real life than sitting by a river with a friend trying to catch a carp, and the same can be said in VR. Real Fishing VR offers that relaxing fishing experience with beautiful scenery and sound effects without having to leave the house and getting worm guts all over your fingers. The best thing is that this can also be enjoyed with a friend online, so you can chill, chat, and catch some fish together. It's as relaxing as it sounds. It's beautiful. If fishing isn't your bag, what about a round of miniature golf? When I was originally recommended this game, I was pretty skeptical, but it actually became one of my favorite Quest games, and that is Walkabout Mini Golf. You can play this solo, but it's definitely better enjoyed with a group of up to 5 friends online. It has a range of fun environments to play in, and each hole contains a hidden lost ball, which are really fun to collect whilst other players are taking their shots and can be used in future sessions. This has quickly become one of my favourite ways to catch up with friends and family. It's way more fun than just a boring video call. Solo VR experiences are great, but multiplayer is really where VR shines in my opinion. So to round up the video, here are some of my favourite online multiplayer games. First up is Solaris. This is a fast-paced 4v4 futuristic shooter, which is reminiscent of the classic Unreal Tournament days. It had a bit of a rocky start, but First Contact Entertainment have been pushing out regular updates, improving the overall experience, which now has squads, new weapons, weekly challenges, and much more. This is the pre-season with only a single game mode available right now, which is Control Point. More game modes are expected to be coming in the near future. If you're a competitive player looking for that fast-paced sci-fi shooter, Solaris might just be the one for you. If shooting isn't your bag, but you still want that competitive action, you can't go far wrong with Echo VR. And to make things even better, it's completely free. If you're not familiar with the game, it's essentially Ultimate Frisbee in zero gravity with some badass robots. I'm absolutely terrible at this game, and I'm as much use as a chocolate fire pot on a team, but the community are super happy to help, and they welcome newcomers and even noobs like myself. There is a lot of physicality to this game, so please ensure you have plenty of space to play. This originally launched on the Oculus Rift as part of Lone Echo, and hopefully this is a sign that that game might eventually appear on the Oculus Quest platform. Fingers crossed. And of course, I saved the best for last, the game that I've sunk more hours into than any other VR game recently, my personal favourite Quest title right now, and that is Population 1. This is a battle royale game where 6 teams of 3 land on a large map, scavenge for weapons and shields, and fight it out to be the last team standing. The game is so much fun. It's cross-play with PC players, it has a variety of weapons to suit different playstyles, you can climb anything and build defenses, and has a super addictive and rewarding gameplay loop. I've had an absolute blast playing this with all my friends since its release, and with regular events from the developers keeping things fresh, I still keep coming back for more. If you enjoy social games and shooters, you just can't go wrong with Population 1 right now. I can't wait to see how this game further evolves over time, and if you ever see me in the waiting area, feel free to come over and say hello. Okay, so that video turned out to be much longer than I actually anticipated, but that's my top games for both the Oculus Quest and Quest 2 available right now. I hope it helps some of you out that are looking for your next VR game to purchase. Now, we don't know much about the upcoming games coming in 2021 just yet, although one game I'm personally very excited about is The Climb 2. I really love the original game, so definitely looking forward to the sequel, especially as they've added more urban environments. Climbing a skyscraper seems like it would be a lot of fun. But let me know if any of these titles are your favourite Quest games, and also let me know if you think there's a game that you feel should have been in the video that maybe I missed out, or there's a game that you're particularly looking forward to. I'd love to know in the comments down below. Also, please just remember that if you're demoing VR to friends and family for the first time, to ease them in with experiences such as Oculus First Steps, First Contact, and Elixir, and definitely steer well clear of those motion sickness-inducing VR roller coasters. The last thing you want to do is to make someone feel motion sick during their first VR experience, which might just be enough to put them off for life, so please be sure to take it easy. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, make sure you're subscribed for all my future VR content, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.